They want to just appeal to the masses. But we always say to them that is the fastest way to get lost. And especially like kind of everywhere is a little bit saturated now, right? Like you don't really have your little markets
Right.
anymore that have no Airbnbs, as you said. But you can still, there's still opportunity to make money in the industry and you just need to stand out.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I'm your host, Micah Johnson. And today I'm joined by Heather and Erin, who've been making some serious moves in the hospitality real estate space now for the last 4 years. Heather, Erin, welcome in. Glad to have you.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm pumped for our call today. I enjoyed our pre-recording session where we were digging on what y'all do, and it's something I really believe in. You really specialize in that STR space and boutique hotel space, but it's on the part that actually makes it an investment, right? It's not just the house. It's what you do with it. It's not just the hotel. So I'm really pumped to dig in. I think this is a valuable message. So for those out there who aren't familiar with you yet, though, tell us a little more about yourselves. What your main focus is right now in the markets y'all operate in.
So we are Erin and Heather of Pinkwall Designs. We operate anywhere in North America, really, because we are a virtual hospitality interior design company. We are focused on bringing that guest experience to your hospitality business. So, as you just mentioned, it's not about the house. You can't really just buy an STR and throw some furniture in it and expect that high revenue that you hear about people getting. You have to provide an experience for the guests that are going to be staying there. And ultimately looking at it as a product is the most important. So that's what we specialize in, is creating that for our clients and also educating them on a little bit of the mindset shift of how they have to view that business. It's not a long-term rental. It's not a multifamily situation. It is more hospitality. They don't need to be more involved, but they need to bring in the players that will create that result for them.
Love that. Erin, what about yourself?
Um, our background, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So we
Just a little more
both
about you.
actually came back from a background of real estate investing. Myself got involved in like flips, conversions, multifamily, and then rolled into the Airbnb industry. So that's where I met Heather. We both were owners and operators for an Airbnb. Mine was in Scottsdale and hers was Niagara on the Lake. And together we just realized after doing your first one, it is very much not a passive strategy. It is very involved. If you're owning it on yourself, you want to, discuss if you want to have a property management. But one thing that we went back to and said, how great would it be to have a service for these investors and hosts who may not know anything about design, have that service provided for them, especially because it is such a need in the market and in the short-term rental success. So together we developed this strategy, and so far we've been helping hosts all over North America, and it's so great to see the results and just hear their success stories from the designs and the experiences that we bring for them.
I love that. Heather, take us into some of the results. I mean, you mentioned some pretty staggering numbers in our pre-recording call. Before we dig in on some more nuts and bolts, what are some realities y'all brought to life for some of your customers?
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
So I have not had these numbers memorized. I will be fully upfront about that. But just some things off the top of my head. I know one of our clients out in Michigan, they did all their underwriting. They had their revenue goals. They exceeded their annual revenue goals by $30,000 after our design. A couple other people of ours, they launched in slow season, fully expecting to barely break even because they just knew like people were not going to be booking that month. And to their surprise, they actually made a profit in the entire slow season because they launched just after our design. And each of their reviews as well, those couple of months, mentioned something about the design. It was just an average, like 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom in Texas, but the fact that we made it such an experience, everybody had commented on it. We have a service called a B&B Boost. That's where existing Airbnb operators can come to us and say, hey, revenue's feeling a little bit flat. What can I do on like a bit of a smaller budget? I don't want to like replace beds and couches and all my stuff, but like, is there some smaller changes I can do to kind of bump up my revenue? Those ones are great because the answer is yes. We transformed main living space and the backyard in this one property, and this host saw immediate bookings, new bookings immediately. And then we've also had a property go viral on social media as well. They got 1 million views in the first 24 hours of launch. Garnered celebrity partnerships, because that's another thing we encourage, right? Like taking it beyond the property. Like once you have the design and the experience inside, how can you incorporate with the local businesses and what other things can you do to increase that experience? So the property did a celebrity brand deal with a wine company. And we've just seen a lot of like positive marketing results like that as well.
I love that. I love that. Congratulations on that success. Cause I said it before, it's something I've seen and understand completely that it works. It is how you change the game, especially in Airbnb. I live in St. Augustine. This is like Airbnb capital. Actually, they just required licenses now down here because so many were coming in. But the thing I've noticed just going to them, I like it. A lot of my friends will come book them down here and then I just get to go see like, oh, what's this one like? And what's that one like? And the ones that make it a great experience, they make you feel something. It's like I'm in my own town and I'll feel like I'm vacation there. Like that's when I look for. If you can make me feel like I'm on vacation in my hometown, you pulled off something. Like that's not a simple thing to do. And to hear the success that you're having, I'm not surprised at all. And I want to go back now to the part where the understanding that this is a business. You nailed on it a little bit, Erin, up front. Y'all were both owners, which I love the fact that you walked this firsthand. You know exactly what the person signing the purchase agreement is going to go through, from buying a house to getting it ready to be listed on Airbnb. Those lessons are invaluable because you just understand in a way that your customer understands. But what's something like, what do you see most often that someone's missing up front, if that makes sense? Like when they're coming to you, what's one of those first realizations where it hits like, oh my God, you're right?
Yeah, a lot of people come into this with their personal beliefs and preferences, right? Like the end of the day, it's the business, the people who are booking, they're wanting to come for an experience and they're wanting to have certain feels when they're visiting your property in a specific area. So we often recommend, and a lot of our clients don't really have this mindset, but we have to convince them that we're designing for your target guest or your target avatar, not for your personal preferences. So, yes, you are the owner of the home, but who's going to actually be visiting your home is going to be your guests. And then we kind of, reverse backwards and determine like the strategy behind the design and all the elements that are going to kind of curate how we design moving forward.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
It's fascinating because Airbnb, heck, it's own like word now, like STR is the right version for it, but it's even inside of it, it has so many little niches, right? Because, we have our beach houses here, but not everywhere is a vacation destination, and everywhere does have Airbnbs. What do you find in for those customers where they're trying to get that bump that they don't have that, what people use an excuse? I don't have a beach house. I don't have this. I don't have that. Like, it doesn't just have to be that, right?
No, there's always something that you can do. And it just comes down to the research. We have done properties in like Des Moines, Iowa, and like Indianapolis, for example. They're not beach houses. They're not near the lake. They're not really near anything, right? They're in a suburban, regular neighborhood with nothing, no big draw beside them. But like some people, it's either their old home that they're converting or whatever. And all you need to do is just research. There's always going to be a market in somewhere like that. Like, so take Des Moines, Iowa, for example. You have to look at what's close, right? Like, what are people doing in the area? There's always going to be somebody that can't fly to Florida for a vacation, but they can drive 2 hours. So like, what are those people doing, right? Is it families? Is it bachelorette couples? What are the trends? The data's out there. You just have to find it. And then once you establish what that is, then you go all in on the design. And this is where people get really scared. And we are constantly educating on this as well. They want to just appeal to the masses. But we always say to them, that is the fastest way to get lost. And especially like kind of everywhere is a little bit saturated now, right? Like you don't really have your little markets anymore that have no Airbnbs, as you said. But you can there's still opportunity to make money in the industry, and you just need to stand out. So just because, like I said, you don't have these like amenities or these things that people want to lean on, you figure out what it is. Why are people going there? And let's say it is bachelorette trips. Niche down on that. There's a lot out there that will start to now drive to come to your property because of that reason. And you still will get other overflow from other markets. Just because you're set up to accommodate a specific group doesn't mean you're not going to get other people. And we use this example all the time, like Nike, or think of any big brand. Like Nike started off strictly for runners only, right? Now they're in just athletic general. Like you have grandmas wearing Nike running shoes. They have hockey sticks. They have this, they have that. So you're going to get that overflow is what I'm trying to say. So if you can just get past the fear of niching, then you're going to stand out in the best way and make more money than you would if you don't.
I love that you say that because it feels counterintuitive. If you don't know that answer, you feel like, well, everyone's my customer. But the reality is, if everyone is your customer, no one is your customer.
Yeah.
It is the niching down that, like, you use Nike. I use Amazon for that example. Amazon only sold us books for 9 years. That's it. We forget that, but they only sold us a book for 9 years, and now they can sell us whatever they want. And it's when people can see that and identify, oh, I get it. And then that other part, not put their own personality in it, right? That because it truly doesn't have anything to do with you. That's where the business mindset, if you don't have one there and you're watching or listening in, that's where it has to be developed. It's not about you. It'll be about you the couple trips you go to that house a year. It's not that we don't get to enjoy using our own STRs, but it ain't about you. It's about everybody else that's going to be coming through that house and what makes them feel amazing in there, what makes them have that experience. Because I got into real estate as a retail agent first, And one of the things we look for and train to look for is when somebody starts saying, they start describing a memory they could have in a place, right? Oh, I could see us having Christmas, or I could see this. Like that is like a bing, like something's going off. They can see themselves in it. You have to have miniature versions of that for an STR. They got to be able to see themselves in it, whether it doesn't have to be their house, but while they're there with their family, right? While they're doing the things, because it's, when we go to hotel rooms, we don't stay in the room. When you go to an Airbnb, a lot of it's designed around staying at the house. So it's just this mindset that you got to create of what will that person enjoy. And I love the fact that you're talking about that niche down again, because that's where the markets really separate. I couldn't agree more. There's a customer everywhere. It may not be for the sexiest thing you enjoy, but it doesn't mean that there's not somebody there that will rent that property the way you want them to and create that revenue that you want, right? It's the boring businesses that print cash, that hands down.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Totally. Yeah. And just to add on a little bit to that, like even Disney's a great example. Like people aren't going to Disney because of the plot of land that they have, like, and their, borders. They're going because what's inside, it's magic, it's fireworks, it's castles,
Right.
it's rides. Like that's the experience. And to, relate that over to STRs, that's the design. It's the same thing.
Right. Right. It is. And that's that hospitality mindset. That is that switch to, I keep saying it, but it's back to that business. It is yes, it's real estate. And if you're listening, that's one of the reasons I love real estate. It's a huge umbrella. You can find yourself in it. Y'all aren't even doing what you got started doing. That's what's cool about it, right? You're fixing and flipping, you were doing some other things, and you just slowly find your way into that thing you really enjoy doing. Once you're there, as dedicated as y'all are about the markets that you got to go find, is how deep you got to get into the actual business model itself, because that's where your machine gets specific. I like to say, no matter what in real estate, you're building a machine that trades in the commodity you want, right? You're using real estate to do it, but what are you trading, right? Are you trying to fix and flip it, build this machine? You trying to STR, we got to build this machine. Where do you see, like, what are you excited about in this next year? Because one thing I know is when markets squeeze, it rises the best to the top. And now that there's been so much flooding in Airbnb, how much value are you seeing people take from what y'all do? Is it starting to click for folks out there? Like, this is how you take that next step.
Yeah. The investors who already have this mindset, I would say maybe the seasoned investors, they get it, right? They're coming to us with a bigger budget, more open to doing these like fun amenities. And a lot of the newer kind of STR investors are a little more timid, right? Because it's going to take a little more capital up front and to, invest and have this mindset of investing in design. But they'll often come back to us and they'll say, you guys were right, I need to redo it. So just having this already like established as part of like a line item in your spreadsheet really translates in the long run, because if you design wrong first, you're just going to have to redo it, and then you're going to have to put more money in the long run. So I feel like these are like common lessons in the real estate industry, right? Like that's why people have a coach or, like listen from the pros. And we have been there, we've done it, we totally understand it now. And this is what we preach to a lot of our clients. But I will say that I think more people are catching on to it. I think, again, the seasoned investors, they understand what it takes to stand out. But it just comes down to like preference. If this is something that you want to take on in the like investment strategy, I think just understanding that it's a business, it's a constant business as well. You don't just launch a property and then say, okay, great, see you later. You have to be constantly still reinvesting in it, right? It's an active business. Design will like constantly need to be updated, or maybe you add amenities as you start getting those revenues. So I feel like having that thought as well is a big key, um, thing that we preach as well.
I appreciate what you said, right, that last piece there, where it's an ongoing experience, right? And if you're listening into this and watching, Erin, I'm so glad you also said STR is a upfront cash environment. It requires, unless you're buying one turnkey, and there's not many of those that you're going to get, you have to go in putting money in. So knowing that up front, just go ahead and have your head mindset there. And then there's a quote I love that I learned somewhere else in real estate of, you know how much money you're saving, but you have no idea how much money you're losing. That is the difference, right? You may realize, okay, I'm saving this money by not having them do this design. This is awesome, but you are leaving thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on the table, because that's the difference. And that's why the seasoned veterans do it. They know that. Now, is it easier for them to do it because they have the budget? Yes, but the right way is the right way, right? There's a process that generates success in real estate, and y'all have walked it yourselves. You're walking others through it now. I want to tap in before we finish to that virtual part, because this is what really sets y'all above folks I've talked to in this space. Is you have created a system where you can assist all of North America anywhere. Take us into that. What could someone experience if they were going to, reach out and start talking to you? What's that like?
Yeah, so it's great because, for example, like you could be in St. Augustine and have purchased a property in Colorado and like have no plans to go to it ever. Like many of our clients have never seen their own properties. So the process would be, purchase it, put your, get your property in escrow, book a consultation with us. We always say do it a little earlier too, because we want to use every day possible. We don't want it sitting vacant and you just paying all the bills and nobody's renting it. So come to us while you're in escrow, do a consultation, and then we'll set up the whole thing. We can get a design turned around really fast. For an average, like 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, we usually quote about 7 to 10 business days, assuming we have
Mm,
all of the stuff up front. We need to get a mat report done, but a lot of the times, if it is a purchase, there's one that already exists. For those who don't know who what a
gotcha.
Matterport is, it's a 3D scan, so it literally lets us walk through the entire property. We can get all of our measurements from there. We can get everything that we need. And then we have our system like right away. As soon as they become our client, we get going with the research. We send them a kickoff package so you could just get everybody on the same page. So it's like, okay, boom, here's the research, here's your target market, this is the goal occupancy we're going to go for, here's the design direction, blah, 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 blah. We have it all in like a nice, quick, easy to look at package. As soon as they sign off, then we get working. We get going on the design. We draw plans for them. They're going to have a space plan, full design. And then they're going to have also a setup guide where they know exactly, like you could hand off the setup guide to literally anyone. And that stranger who's never talked to us before can look at this setup guide and know exactly where every single thing in the whole entire property needs to go, down to the throw pillows on the bed. We cover everything, like mirror is going to be this amount of inches off the ground, blah, 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 blah. Like they have everything that they need. So it's very, very like turnkey in a sense, when it comes to getting the design. Uh, During the installation process, there are some hiccups usually because when you're shipping hundreds of items at one time, something comes broken. Like it's just a part of the game.
Right.
We have systems for that as well. So we will assist in post project support. We have like our team set up to do that, and then we have our dedicated reps at like all of the vendors that we use that will assist in getting them what they need. So our client could be like, "Hey, this came broken. No problem. We get it right on it. Get them shipped out a new one. Give them instructions on what to do with the old one. Easy, done." So it can be a very quick process. And we always say we move as quickly as our client will allow us to. So if you're,
Mhm.
signing with us, becoming our client, getting us the mat report all in the same hour, like we're off to the races as well. So yeah, it is a really great system, a great process. And especially for people, it might even just be their second, or like they might not have 10. So they might be not as familiar with the process. We do hold their
Right.
hand the whole way, over communicate, as we mentioned to you before. And they don't have to really lead the project. We will be the ones saying, okay, next step is this, next step is this. So it's really nice. They can go back to their lives doing what they do. And then we're just kind of there taking care of it for them.
Man, that's powerful. You're taking the guesswork away, Right?
Yeah.
People think buying the house is the hardest part. That's the easiest part. That's the easiest part, y'all. And it's that step, that gray area, I call it the tweener zone of where your idea to it actually be in real life. The fact that y'all can step in there again with the experience of doing it yourself. That is what I really want to hit home with folks is it's not just someone who's never done it before. The plans that you're making, the designs you're making, they're based off the fact of you invest yourself. That does a shift to your mind. And that's why I love promoting people and saying, if you're going to learn from someone, learn from somebody doing it. You want them actively doing what they're doing because real estate changes too fast. Like y'all were saying earlier, you may have to change that amenity in a few years, and that's completely normal. So who are you going to work with that keeps that up? Even I was thinking about for the newer people, if you're out there, I bet y'all do a plan that sets them up for the future too. Hey, okay, I can start here, and then in 2 years after this much revenue here, and then here, and you can keep it growing. So thank y'all so much for being on today. I really appreciate it. I love getting to meet people that again do what they help others do. That is how you are successful in this industry. So for those listening in and watching that would be interested in learning more about you, possibly touching base with you, what's the best way for them to find you?
Yeah, we're super active on our socials. So we are on Instagram, TikTok at Pinkwall Designs. And then we also have a website where anyone can book a consultation if you have questions for us. That's pinkwalldesigns.inc.com. And we also have a YouTube launched as well. So we share lots of fun tips and tricks. We have videos of transformations, and we're newly starting to do live audits over there as well. So lots of fun
Love it.
things on YouTube.
Excellent. Thanks for sharing. If you're watching and listening in, check our show notes. You're going to find all of Erin and Heather's links there. Like I say all the time, we don't bring random professionals on here. We bring folks that can actually help you create that business that you want because they've created it themselves, right? They built something real. So Heather and Erin, thanks again for being here. Thanks again for y'all listening in. If you got value out of today's episode, please like this episode. Share it with someone else you think you get value out of it. And if you aren't a subscriber yet, click that button. Follow along with us here at Real Estate Pros. We appreciate every single one of you that follows with us out there. We've got more conversations coming up with operators just like Erin and Heather, folks out there building a real business in the industry. Thanks for being with us today. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.